Hello everybody, and welcome back to The Real with Rachel, where I'm Rachel Smith, your host, a local Maryland RE/MAX real estate agent, and I'm super happy to have Marlene on today with Old Republic Home Protection. So we're going to talk a little bit about home warranties. This is something that I think is uber important in every real estate transaction and even beyond after closing, or even if you're just a regular homeowner. So let's jump on into it. If you have any questions, I will link her contact below, or you can just comment or instant message or whatever. I think I just said instant message. It's now, what, 2021? We DM. 2020, we DM, right? I'm jumping ahead 2 months. So let's get into it. I'm always excited to talk about home warranties. And there is a difference between home warranties and home protections. And sometimes it might just be the way that it's worded. But give me your rundown on what the difference is between home warranties and a home protection plan, and what's so unique about my favorite company, Old Republic.
Well, there really isn't a difference. So if we step back, we're a 46-year-old company. So I don't know the thought process behind Old Republic Home Protection versus the word warranty.
Yeah,
I think they view it as we're here to protect the most valuable asset that we have, and also help protect the budget.
Yes.
So I think that's why protection came into play. But I'm not going to lie, all of us, we always refer to ourselves as
home warranties.
Home warranty.
I know, when I'm out in the streets, that's when I'm like, you know what, we got to get a home warranty. Let's lock it down with one of those bad boys, because I think it's such, again, a valuable asset for your asset. But yeah, I think that's come up a few times with my clients, like, hey, what's the difference between a warranty and a protection plan? But they all pretty much do the same thing. I guess it would just be like Ford and Chevy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I typically like to incorporate my home warranties with every transaction if I can. And people commonly ask, hey, what is covered under a home warranty? What does it do? What's covered? And sometimes I'm like, hey, let's take a look at the brochure and see what's happening. Now, what would you say is typically covered under a plan? And are there different levels, different ins and outs, things like that? And while she's talking, I'll switch screens, guys, so you can see actual brochure.
So not every home warranty is the same, so they're really hard to compare. But in general, a home warranty is a plan that covers everything from the foundation in. So it's all of your systems and appliances, your plumbing, your electrical, all of the things that can and will go wrong at some point in their life.
Yeah, well, yeah, typically how I like to explain it in short is, guys, it's going to cover your major mechanicals, the HVAC, the hot water heater, your dishwasher, your fridge, your oven, your range. It says it right here. Things that you can add on. And I think here we're showing the different types of coverages, because there are different types of coverages, right? So you've got your standard,
Exactly.
which is up here. And then, so let's talk about the standard coverage real quick. You've got your heating system, your plumbing coverage, your electrical coverage, which is really cool. And again, guys, this can be linked down below so you can check it out. Oh, I did not know. Central vacuum coverage now? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Nice. Rekey option. That's actually something that my clients have taken advantage of recently too. There's a rekey option. So when you buy a house, you can call and say, hey, I just bought it. I know I've got this home protection plan. I'm ready to rekey. What do we need to do? And you can reach out to that number. So I'm going to jump back to that screen. And then you got the big bad boy, ultimate protection. And then you've got the big bad boy of the platinum protection. So there are different levels of coverage that can be applied to your home protection plan.
Exactly.
Oh, I like this, the preseason HVAC tune-up. I feel like every single time I come back, there's something else that's additional. This is my favorite right here. And I do this for a multitude of my transactions where we do the limited roof leak repair. So, are they going to replace your roof? No, nobody's going to do that. You are responsible for that. Guess what? You just bought a house, or you own a house. However, I think what's really, really nice is that you can add this a la carte, is kind of how I like to term it, the a la carte option for the limited roof leak repair. You spring a leak real quick and you're like, oh my gosh, there's water dripping down my roof. I'm going to have to get an estimate for a roof replacement. But in the meantime, let me take advantage of my home warranty or my home protection plan. They'll at least come out and patch it. That's a pretty comforting aspect, right?
And you hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah.
It's It's exactly that. It's that leak that we're going to repair. And if the contractor says, hey, we will fix that leak, but the roof has reached its life, we're not replacing the roof.
No. I mean, come on.
Right.
When most home warranties, let's say the ones that I write might be a standard coverage, and I like to add little options here and there. Other things are like, well, you can also add septic, like pumping, which will just be a little bit lower of a cost. You can add all of these options, but typically you're looking at about between 500 to 600, and I think the most I've seen is like 8 or 9 if you're adding all of these other little a la carte items. But think about that as opposed to what you'd be spending, and we'll go over that with your postcards that you get, what you'd be spending to replace that whole system, or even just for a tune-up, or if something goes awry and your contractor comes out and is like, oh snap, we'll be able to fix it, but expect to replace it in the future. Well, that fix could have been thousands of dollars versus what you would pay it's like a deductible, right?
Right.
Trade fee or something.
Trade coffee.
Trade coffee, that's what it is. See, that's why I've got the pro here. So it's really interesting to see all of the different levels. I'm going to jump back just to keep sharing the screen, guys. So you can add the well pump, booster pump, water softener, additional refridge unit, so your beer fridge.
Or wine.
Right? Yeah, there you go. That's a little bit more like it. Outdoor kitchen. This is new. I don't think I've seen that yet.
That is new. That is, I think, more taken advantage of out on the West Coast and more towards the South.
Okay.
You get into the Carolinas, we have a lot of outdoor kitchens there. Not to say we don't have them here.
But yeah, well, that's good to know. Yeah, here's the septic tank stuff that I was talking about, with including the sewage ejector pump, which is like if you have a basement bathroom, things of that nature. And then this is new. I think we had touched on this in a previous conversation, the enhanced slab leak. So explain what that might cover. Like a slab leak. Is that just like, hey, we'll come out and we'll take a look at it. I'm just looking here.
So, here in the area that we're in, we don't have too many homes that are on slabs until we get over the bridge.
True.
But yeah, we'll take care of that. We'll come out and have somebody diagnose like what it is. That also, you can look back on the electrical. We have concrete encased electrical, which is really important because if you've got electrical go through there
and there's a leak,
yeah,
water and electric are not friends.
They are.
Interesting. What's the most common thing that you see covered?
I think it's a toss-up between water heater and HVAC.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the two big ones. I mean, we have a lot of appliances as well, but I get my service calls and I see what they are, and I just keep seeing those two big things pop up.
Okay, sure. Speaking of service calls, read this to me and then I'll throw them in when I edit, but give me an idea about what people could have expected to pay versus what they did pay for a service call.
Okay. So when a homeowner has placed a claim, you as the agent will receive these cards. Now, we have our pictures always update. I think now it's a nice fall picture. But you'll receive either a hard copy, or you can have an emailed copy, or I can deliver the copy to you.
Yay.
It will let you know who the client is, and it will tell you exactly what was done. So for instance, this one had a service for their heating, and something was replaced on it, but it cost $1,967. That is what we paid to our contractor. You have to remember, these are wholesale prices. So if they had not had a home warranty and they had this covered on their own, it would have been way more than this because they would have paid retail.
I see what you're saying. So if they were to have called that same contractor,
they would have gotten retail prices.
They would have gotten what a regular homeowner would have paid, but because they're linked up with the fabulous Old Republic, Old Republic gets a little bit of a discount, maybe because they're using them a lot.
Right.
So in return, the client is only paying the trade call fee.
They're only paying the trade call fee. Unless there are things attached to it that are not covered, depending on the plan that you have.
Depending on the plan that you have, but still not a bad schmeal. And then I see on there it says something about year to date.
So it's always going to show how much they've utilized in their warranty
throughout the whole year.
For the year.
And home warranties or home protection, I'm just going to say home warranties.
I'd say home warranty.
Right? They typically last for a year. Mm-hmm. So And that's a year, let's say you're in a real estate transaction, that's going to be a year from the date of settlement, correct? For buyer protection. However, there's also seller coverage, right?
Absolutely.
So if I have a listing and, we know things are great, but, they're a little older, let's just put a home protection plan on it just as a precautionary. So we'll order it while we're in the marketing phase or in the listing phase, and that's going to have seller coverage, and then it's still going to close, and then from a year forward, you'll still have buyer coverage. So talk about what a great marketing piece that is. So it's seller coverage too. Let's say we're day 2 on the market. Oh, snap. Something just happened. My air went out. It's not working. Clickety clack. Let me call Old Republic. They're going to come out and address it while it's on the market. And then that home protection plan will still be valid once they close. Obviously, it's got to be paid for at the time of the service call. But then that will still protect the buyer for a year moving forward.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Not a bad deal. So I would much rather pay for my client or have a seller pay for a buyer as an incentive or negotiate it in a contract, and we'll talk about that, towards a seller, $600 to $800 versus spending over $2,000, and that's just incredible. So with that said, that is something that I also like to negotiate with my buyers. I like to put that in. Now, even though the market, right now we're in such a crazy market, and that it's just like things are flying off the shelves, we're going over list price, buyers are dropping their contingencies or waiving appraisals or doing things that are just being more appealing to sellers, right? And so sometimes asking for a home warranty might not be top of mind or very prevalent in a transaction or an offer contract. However, I would advise that you still ask for that. Another thing I like to do is negotiate it during inspection. So let's say you're still an as-is inspection, but you have, you have an as-is clause. You're still allowed to do your inspection with the right to terminate. Well, let's say you find something like the HVAC is on its last leg, or the hot water heater you feel like might be going up soon. It's okay. I know I'm looking at you like you probably don't want to hear this. However, something that you can ask the seller at that point and say, hey, look, guys, instead of you replacing this whole schmeal, just, be kind enough to purchase a home warranty for me, and let's carry on and move forward with the transaction. So that's something else you can do too. So not only can you utilize a home warranty plan during marketing as a seller, and then for a buyer too, right, for a year after settlement, regular homeowners just out of the clear blue can see this and say, you know what, I'm going to be here for a while, but I know my things are, on its last leg, or I feel like I want to be a little bit more protected. Can regular homeowners just call up too?
So we work only with the real estate market.
Okay. So they could call their agent.
They can call their agent,
Perfect.
And the agent can just be what we call an agent referral.
There you go.
So that way they can take advantage of that. Any home going through a refi, that as well.
Okay, so that's interesting to know too, because to be honest, I did not even think about that.
And then we have our friends and family. So agents like yourself and your family are all included. They don't have to be going through a transaction.
So there's a way to obtain a home warranty one way, shape, or form, but typically you like to do it through some type of, yeah, exactly. So with that said, guys, I'm just going to bounce back to the screen because I feel like there's a plethora of information to see here on the brochure. Then I'm going to show the website, and then agents, my buddies, I'll also show you the toolbox that it's super easy to order a home warranty or have your assistant or transaction coordinator do it too. So let's take a look. Here we are with, of course, my long guys here, sorry. Old Republic Home Warranty Protection application. Here we go. So you can check off all these different types of coverages, and this pretty much lays it out right here. You've got the essential, the standard, the ultimate, and the platinum. You can see that there's a different amount for trade call fees. But like right here, the highest that I'm seeing off the bat without adding any a la carte items is $640.
Correct.
New construction as well, so that's wonderful. And then you have all these other options, which I absolutely love. I think this is one of my favorite things that Old Republic offers. And then here, this just gives you the rundown as to what's right for you. And then here again is some seller coverage. So that's really, really cool. Really, really cool. Good information. So while I've got this computer screen up, guys, here is the homepage. And the website is www.orhp.com. And then here you can log into your agent toolbox. I had already logged into mine. And so this is what it looks like right here. And so here you can see Miss Marlene Campini. There's her number. And it's really, really easy to go ahead and just place an application or get a quote right there. Or heck, guys, just call her. Is there another number other than the 800 number that you typically like to say, hey, give me a ring, or text?
Text or, yeah, shoot me a text. Call me on my cell phone. That's usually the easiest way.
Definitely text her.
So,
okay, what's your cell phone number?
410-802-8101.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm just making sure I hit everything. And then we'll link her number, and we'll also link her email too, so that you can either text, call, email. You know, I always am a fan of carrier pigeons. If you'd like to do that as well, I can, point you in the right direction. Also, is there pool coverage? I'm just thinking about that.
There absolutely is, and
I didn't expect a yes. Is it really?
There is pool coverage, and you know what's really cool about ours is we have one of the highest dollar limits in pool. We go up to $5,000, and ours is just one flat rate, whereas others that are around here, you have to add pieces. So if you have a spa, that's additional. Or if they're sharing equipment.
There are a la carte items you can add on, but you're still getting that coverage. So better to
I don't
add.
mean for us. I meant for others. Where ours is just one flat price and everything's included. Whether you have a spa, whether they share equipment, it doesn't matter.
Oh, wow.
So ours is just one flat fee, whereas others is a la carte for
That's
each item.
Okay, makes sense.
And then it becomes really expensive.
Yes.
So we have really good pool, and we also cover the saltwater.
You cover saltwater pools too?
Yeah.
Oh, good, because I have a listing coming up too that have saltwater pools. So that would be a good thing for my sellers to utilize, that I can utilize in the marketing process as well. Agents, take notes to cover. Wow, that's pretty awesome.
And we know pools are a lot like boats. You just keep throwing money on them.
Yeah. I know, that's why I don't have one. Not yet. We got to raise these kids first. The other thing I wanted to show you guys real quick is right now they are offering, I guess it would be somewhat of a promotion, if I'm saying that right, or
it's something that we just do. We don't really advertise it. The president of our company, she's not big on like boasting, and so
I'll do that for you.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just something that we do, and you're talking about the trade coffee.
I am. Let's look at it. Boom, there it is.
So this is a trade coffee coupon, which I always, military, I love military, and anybody, any first responder, I'm extending it to and teachers as well. I'm just putting it out there. And it will take care, if you have a claim, if the plan holder has a claim, it will take care of the trade coffee.
So military, firemen,
police.
I was going to say, does police count? I was trying to say that quietly, but they can hear me. So police and teachers. So pretty much all of our heroes, guys.
Yes.
I'm going to say it without crying. All of our heroes, right now, the trade call fee that you would typically pay, I like to say, AKA deductible, is going to be covered. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So just another really cool thing to take advantage of with the Old Republic Home Protection Plan. So I think that's it. We went over the different types of plans that are available, what they cover, which, your basic mechanicals, electrical, plumbing, but then you can add my favorite a la carte items to include roof, septic, pumping, well booster, pool. I mean, there's really a plethora of things that you could go through and add that optional coverage that's good for a year from the date of settlement. And then again, also while you're in the marketing phase for my sellers, that's something else that I think is a bonus. And then you've got your different trade call fees. There are two different options there. And then if you're a first responder or of any of those that I mentioned earlier, teachers, firefighters, police, military, you can take advantage of this right here. So I think that's it. Keep this top of mind, guys, while you're in negotiations. My favorite agents and buyers, if you're with another agent, that's fine. However, try and incorporate that into your contract and seller. That's also a good thing that you may want to utilize for marketing as well. I thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachel.
So I appreciate it. This is one of my favorite things to talk about. I love to utilize these, and I think it's really, really good for consumers and for anybody really, and especially people in real estate transactions. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And I'll be sure to link all of your information below. And if you guys have any questions, you know where to find me. Thanks for watching. Bye.